there, welcome to Get Hired. I'm Manik Senanayake, sharing with you another career insight moment. Now, let's see what are the things you need to avoid if you want to get hired. Things like certain practices, habits, and rituals that are engraved in your behavior that is not really positive or conducive to getting hired. So these are the things that you need to avoid if you're seriously looking at getting hired. So let's look at what are those. Number one is skimming through the JD. Avoid skimming through JD because then you're assuming that every single role is same. So if you have seen advertisement for a creative designer or a marketing role or an accountant, designation may be the same, but company to company, what the job entails, the responsibilities and function could differ. Like for example, if you see a brand manager role in an FMCG or multinational as opposed to a brand manager role in a mid-tier, it could be different in terms of the expectation. Even at the same tier level, one MNC to another MNC, and definitely country to country, different geographic markets, same designation will have same different responsibilities and expectations, or KPIs we call it, key performance indicators. You need to really go through instead of skimming the JD word to word so that you have better chance of connecting with the interviewer at the interview. Number two is avoid sending the same resume to every single job. If you're sending a resume to, for example, for an accountancy job, and you have the same designation advertised in another company, again I'm saying you can't send the same resume. You need to really align because you need to have certain words that are in the JD incorporated into your CV. Now I'm not saying that you need to really reinvent the whole thing, but you can have the structure aligned. You just have to tweak it and understand and capture a few words from the job description or the advertisement, so that whenever you see that when the interviewer sees that in the resume, he has some level of familiarity that coincides with what he thinks that job entails. So you have to make sure that you can't have the same resume sent to everything. This is what is called resume blasting. So avoid that. Number three is the obvious, that avoid going to interviews unprepared. Now, this goes on without saying. Research, practice, research, practice, research, practice. Research about the role, the company, the skills, competencies they're looking for, and then practice in front of the mirror, in front of another friend, and make it, the narrative has to be natural, so you have to go down. Because if you assume that same questions are going to be asked and you can get away with doing the same, giving the same responses, guess what? There to be the same output and the same disappointments. So you need to really customize every single interview and give due respect for every single interview. And number four is basically don't antagonize the interviewer. When I say antagonize, basically there can be certain things that you have come out or shared that really have not digested well by the interviewer. It can be an ego issue. It can be maybe your attitude. So you cannot really have those kind of mentalities when you go for an interview. Even if you have all the experience in the world, you have worked with so many multinationals, you have global experience, and your direct report or your future boss interviewing you, or even the hiring manager, and he doesn't have those experience or qualification, it doesn't matter. You are there here to not to show how great you are, you're there to get hired. So you got to really connect with them. So don't antagonize them. So even if you have competencies they are really a match to the job role, you'll still not get hired. It's simply because they are humans. They are driven by emotions, gut feeling, intuition, not just logic and reason. So you need to really connect with them. Number five is basically energy levels. So avoid going to interviews in a negative mindset. Whole body language is very passive and not responsive, and a very pessimistic kind of vibes that are giving out. Even if you have all the competency, no one wants to hire someone who is less energetic, lethargy, is not excited about the job. So you got to avoid that. Make sure that your body language is aligned, positive, proactive and responsive. People like that. Not overjoyed, but manageable levels. Number 6 is basically some of the house rules. Avoid going late to, these are common sense, avoid going to interviews late. And the body language and the etiquette, of course, you need to dress to connect, not to impress. So clean shave, so these are what are categorized under etiquette. So these are very common sense, direct. So if you just go to internet and spend about, I would say just 5 minutes, you can really get our understanding of, and also understand the culture of the organization. Clean shave, nice haircut, not a tie which is not gaudy, shirts not gaudy, matching shoes and shirts. So basically, the etiquette, you get it right. So you don't want to go look like you come to perform there. So that's one. And last but not least is basically avoid or fail to connect with the interviewer. Most important thing. All what we do, all what we learn, most important thing element is that you need to connect at a subconscious level. So please visit my series of videos in the Get Hired series program. This is absolutely focusing on the entire tooling up of that missing element in your interview arsenal or toolbox, which is no other person have addressed that. It is what it makes it unique. Ability to really subconsciously connect with the interview, so to reduce the interview biases. Very important element. It's not about just skill set, it's not about just culture match. You need to, at the third level, connect with the interviewer, whoever the interview is in front of you. So process of interview profiling that I introduced is something which you need to work out. So avoid not being connected. That's the last thing that you need to refrain from doing. So these are some of the things you need to avoid. So if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel Get Hired by clicking on the subscribe button on the screen. Feel free to share this video with your friends. I'll see you soon, and thank you for watching. Take care.